Hi, welcome to our channel, Programming of Mind, where we accelerate your knowledge with concise, from high-value book summaries. Let's begin. The power of compassion, embracing empathy for lasting joy. True happiness is not solely an internal pursuit. While self-awareness and personal growth are important, the deepest form of happiness comes from connecting with others in meaningful and compassionate ways. Compassion, defined as the ability to feel empathy for others' suffering and a genuine desire to alleviate it, has the power to create strong bonds, reduce feelings of isolation, and foster a deeper sense of fulfillment. In this section, we explore the transformative power of compassion, how to cultivate it in our lives, and how it can lead to a more joyful and connected existence. Understanding compassion. Compassion is more than just sympathy. It is the deep desire to relieve the suffering of others. It requires an emotional response to someone else's pain, but also the motivation to help or support them in whatever way we can. Compassion involves understanding, being present with, and offering care to others who are going through difficult times. By practicing compassion, we not only improve the lives of others, but also enrich our own well-being. When we extend compassion to others, we foster a sense of connection, creating stronger social bonds and enhancing our sense of community. Compassion allows us to see beyond our own challenges and focus on the well-being of others, creating a ripple effect of kindness, love, and emotional support. Research has shown that acts of compassion trigger the release of oxytocin, often called the love hormone, which strengthens our emotional bonds and increases feelings of happiness. Consider the story of Angela, a woman who was deeply affected by the struggles of her friend Sarah, who had recently lost a loved one. Angela could have distanced herself, unsure of how to help or afraid of saying the wrong thing. However, instead of avoiding Sarah's pain, Angela chose to offer her compassionate presence. She visited Sarah regularly, listened to her without judgment, and simply sat with her in her grief. Angela didn't try to fix anything, but her consistent acts of kindness and emotional support made Sarah feel cared for and understood. Over time, Sarah began to heal, and Angela's compassion helped strengthen their bond. Not only did Sarah benefit from Angela's kindness, but Angela also experienced a sense of joy and fulfillment. Her story highlights the transformative power of compassion. It not only helps others, but also brings a deeper sense of meaning and satisfaction into our own lives. The link between compassion and happiness. Compassion is intrinsically linked to happiness. Research shows that people who practice compassion experience greater levels of happiness, life satisfaction, and emotional well-being. When we act with compassion, we activate neural pathways in the brain associated with positive emotions and social connection. This strengthens our emotional resilience, helps us cope with stress, and increases feelings of fulfillment. Take the example of Ethan, a man who had always been focused on his career. He had built a successful business, yet he often felt disconnected from his friends and family. Despite his financial success, Ethan felt empty, as if something was missing in his life. One day, a friend invited him to volunteer at a local homeless shelter. Initially hesitant, Ethan decided to go along. To his surprise, the experience was profoundly moving. He spent time talking to the residents, offering support, and simply being present for them. By the end of the day, Ethan felt a deep sense of fulfillment that he hadn't experienced in years. That night, as he reflected on the experience, Ethan realized that his pursuit of success had been focused solely on himself. Helping others, however, had given him a sense of purpose and joy that no amount of money or material success could provide. Ethan's story demonstrates how compassion can lead to happiness. By stepping outside of ourselves and extending care to others, we create meaningful experiences that contribute to our own emotional well-being. The science of compassion. The practice of compassion has been studied extensively, and the findings consistently show that compassion has profound effects on both our physical and mental health. When we act compassionately, our bodies release hormones such as oxytocin, which fosters connection and bonding, as well as endorphins, which improve mood and reduce pain. Furthermore, studies have shown that people who engage in compassionate behavior have lower levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, and a stronger immune system. One fascinating study found that people who volunteer their time to help others experience lower blood pressure and a lower risk of heart disease compared to those who did not volunteer. Compassionate actions have also been shown to reduce feelings of anxiety and depression, as helping others provides a sense of purpose and meaning. Take the story of Mike, a man who had been struggling with depression for years. Despite seeing several therapists and taking medication, Mike still felt a sense of emptiness and sadness. One day, he began volunteering at a local animal shelter, spending time with abandoned pets and helping to care for them. As he started to help others, Mike noticed a shift in his mood. The act of caring for the animals gave him a sense of purpose and joy. His depression slowly began to lift, and he felt more connected to others. Mike's experience underscores the scientific truth that compassion is not only good for others, it's also good for our health and happiness. Compassion and connection. Compassion plays a vital role in fostering human connection. When we extend compassion to others, we build trust, deepen relationships, and create a sense of belonging. Compassion allows us to see people as they are, without judgment, and to connect with them on a deeper level. This sense of connection is essential for our emotional well-being, as humans are inherently social creatures. Consider the story of Jessica, who had been feeling isolated after moving to a new city. She didn't know many people and often found herself feeling lonely. However, Jessica decided to reach out and offer compassion to others. She began volunteering at a local community center, helping with food distribution and providing support to those in need. Through this, Jessica met other like-minded individuals and began to form meaningful connections. The act of helping others gave her a sense of purpose, and the friendships she formed created a strong support network that helped her feel more connected to her new community. Jessica's story highlights the importance of compassion in building connections. By extending kindness to others, we not only help them, but also create bonds that enrich our own lives. Compassion creates a sense of belonging, which is essential for happiness and emotional fulfillment. Cultivating compassion in daily life. While compassion may seem like a grand, altruistic gesture, it can be practiced in small ways every day. Compassion doesn't require grand acts of heroism. It can be as simple as offering a kind word, being a good listener, or helping someone in need. The more we practice compassion, the more natural it becomes, and the more joy it brings into our lives. One way to cultivate compassion is by engaging in acts of kindness. This could involve helping a colleague with a difficult task, listening to a friend who needs to talk, or offering support to a family member going through a tough time. These small acts of kindness create a ripple effect of positive energy, spreading joy to others and, in turn, to ourselves. Another way to cultivate compassion is through mindfulness. By becoming more present in our interactions with others, we can offer our full attention and emotional support. When we listen with empathy, we demonstrate compassion, allowing others to feel understood and valued. Compassionate listening is a powerful tool for strengthening relationships and fostering deeper connections. The role of self-compassion. While compassion for others is essential, self-compassion is equally important. Self-compassion involves treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer to a friend. It means acknowledging our own suffering without judgment and extending care to ourselves during difficult times. Consider the example of Laura, a woman who had spent years being hard on herself for not achieving the level of success she had hoped for. She constantly criticized herself for her mistakes and failures, believing that she was not good enough. After learning about self-compassion, Laura began to practice being kind to herself. Instead of berating herself for her shortcomings, she acknowledged her efforts and embraced her imperfections. Over time, Laura found that self-compassion helped her feel more at peace with herself and more resilient in the face of challenges. Laura's story illustrates the power of self-compassion. By extending the same kindness and care to ourselves that we offer to others, we can cultivate a deeper sense of inner peace and happiness. Self-compassion allows us to embrace our flaws and mistakes without judgment, fostering a healthier relationship with ourselves. Conclusion: compassion as a path to joy. Compassion is one of the most powerful tools we have for creating a meaningful, fulfilling life. By practicing compassion toward others and ourselves, we build deeper connections, foster empathy, and experience greater happiness. Compassion not only improves the lives of those around us, but also enriches our own emotional well-being, creating a ripple effect of positivity, love, and joy. When we approach life with a compassionate heart, we open ourselves to the profound joy that comes from making a positive difference in the world. Thank you for listening, and please like the video and subscribe for more great upcoming content that will put you in top 1% people in the world.